Hello and welcome to Small Time TV. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Woiwurrung Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and give a very warm and special welcome to any First Nations in attendance with us here tonight at Small Time or streaming from wherever you may be. So tonight, live on Small Time TV, we have the extra very special guest, Meg Duffy, aka Hand Habits.
Hey.
It is so fantastic to have you here.
It's fantastic to be here.
Are you ready to play us a song?
Yeah, I am.
What are you going to start with?
A song called Jessica.
Amazing.
When I get to thinking, I start worrying you don't know me anymore. The worry takes me over, turn on the radio as if to ask for more. I hear time cast its spell on you, but I can't follow you around. Broken, I've seen what love can do. Holding out for someone and your heart gets hollowed out. Jessica, I forget. You shattered my reality, so I forget. Triggered by tragedy, feeling sorry for uncertainty you blame me for. But blame cannot be placed upon all hung beside a shadow you choose to ignore. Oh, and I hear time cast its spell on you, and suddenly the mirror it turns itself around. Oh, but I've seen the deepest part of you, so I can't act as though my voice can reach you now. Jessica, I forget. You shattered my reality, so I forget. I do forget. I do forget. How does it move so fast? My God, it moves so fast. Ooh. Jessica, I forgive.
Beautiful.
Thanks. So weird.
Yeah, hearing the faint clapping of the audience here.
That's cool.
It's so wonderful to have you here at Small Time live with us.
Thank you.
Here at Small Time, as I was telling you before the session started, we're really just trying to create something special, particularly for early stage artists, but also like just a virtual and actual community for people to come in and to hear other, artists that they might not otherwise, and also be able to share in the wisdom of people more experienced than themselves. But in terms of community, that's a word that I feel like you embody wholeheartedly, because you have been part of so many other projects, including Kevin Morby, who played the other night here as part of Brunswick Music Festival that you're here for too.
How was it?
It was amazing.
Cool.
Oh my God, he's amazing. I don't need to tell you.
Yeah.
Wise Blood, Megabog, War on Drugs. Yeah, so in terms of community, is that something that you feel from, the part you play in these acts? Is this something that you seek out, or?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I need it, I think. Especially being on the solo tour, even not even having the community of my band, I think it's made me realize it's been an amazing experience, and it's good for me to remember that I'm an adult in the world. But even just the community of one single band is so helpful and supportive. And then, all those people that you mentioned, I feel often overwhelmed with moments of like crazy gratitude. And it sounds corny sometimes, and I'm a pretty emotional person, I think, but when I really take stock of all the people that I have because of music, it's really just overwhelming, because I don't know, music's a healer.
Yeah. And you've been obviously playing for a long time. When you were part of these other acts, were you also writing and crafting your own practice and your own songs?
When I met Kevin, I had just started to kind of explore writing my own songs, and then put it on hold for a couple years while I was on tour with him. That was like the first kind of big touring act that I ever... At that point, it wasn't big. We were renting a minivan and borrowing my brother's gear.
Yeah, cool.
But after touring on his songs, then I started to just... I felt really encouraged, too, by that, like the whole Woods community, too. I think I sent Kevin, like, a couple demos, and Kevin LaRoe and Johnny Andrews, who became my band, but at the time they were in a band called Quilt, and I was living with Kevin LaRoe for one summer, and we were just demoing, and I hadn't written songs for a long time just because I kind of thought I wasn't going to do it for a minute.
Just happy being part of other bands?
Yeah, but then I missed it, and then felt really encouraged by, the Woods' family, and we put out that first record.
Yep. So you put out a few EPs to begin with?
Yeah, but they don't really sound anything like the music that I've been making, I think, in the last couple of years.
Yep. And then you put out your first full-length album.
Yeah. Wildly Idle.
I know, Wildly Idle. I find it really hard to say.
I do too.
But I love it. And then Placeholder.
Yeah.
Which is such a brilliant name and premise, and I just love that song.
Thank you.
Are you playing it tonight?
I wasn't going to.
Okay, no,
you
that's
can
okay.
if you want, but
I'm coming to your show tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
So if you
I'll
play
save it.
Okay. And so I'm also wondering, did you take anything from touring with the other bands and watching them, or being part of their ensemble and touring and playing and recording and stuff? Did you take anything from that for your solo project?
Yeah, totally. I mean, how to be a band leader, I learned a lot from Kevin about that. I always felt really appreciated. I felt creatively when we made city music together, like I wrote all of my own guitar parts and wrote all the bass lines and played a lot of piano on that record, and never felt like I always felt like part of the band, even though it was his project, and I try to carry that through to my band as well.
What makes a good band leader?
I think you have to learn how to be withholding sometimes, which is really hard for me.
Yeah.
I think I'm an oversharer sometimes, but yeah, how to be withholding with some of the emotions that you're having, like stress and stuff like that. Even just because you're a business manager too, and like you own like
it's such a weird thing that all of the like sort of managerial side of things, even when you have a manager, like you still have to do it. And then also, I think just having fun is so important, and like I really learned how like your attitude as the leader of the energetic body that you're in, you have to maybe like try to keep it together even in moments where you might be having a hard time keeping it together. And I don't always do that. Like
totally.
My band would be like, okay.
I guess you can let it all out in songwriting later. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I actually don't know where this next thought or question, if it ends up being a question, will go, but I feel like with all of the, you know, what's happening now with coronavirus, like COVID-19, and, you know, the music and arts community being so affected, and, you know, it's really tough, you know, you would know as a touring musician, but then obviously as session musicians who rely on, you know, the tours for their whole living. And I don't know if you have any thoughts that you want to share about that, or like, it's
so crazy,
a shitty, tough situation. But
I'm praying. I just joined another band that's supposed to start touring in May, and I'm just praying that I don't get the email, because it was like a whole year of my livelihood, and I canceled other things, and so many of my friends are just canceling all the festivals and stuff. And you know, even the bigger artists who you might think will be okay, they're not, because those big tours fund losses. And then on the other side of things, like DIY artists who had tours, like, you know, I saw a friend post something yesterday. It was like they spent $700 on a plane ticket. Like, that was their money. Like, that's all the money that they have, which, like, make whatever judgment you want about that, but like, that's hard. It's hard to like not get that back. And then also in America, the healthcare system is like totally bonkers. And I think everybody needs to try to calm down a little bit. And also, like, buy records. It's a good time to buy records. Maybe, like, hit up the Bandcamp and maybe buy a T-shirt if someone has a merch store. And, I don't know, like, have small shows. I mean, this is great because, you know, it's still some form of community, even if it's digital. But,
the advice, I guess, that came out today is shows, you know, 500 or less can go ahead and... So, I definitely encourage people to, go out to shows regardless.
Yeah, totally.
And, and if you do want refunds for bigger shows, maybe spend it on...
some merch.
If you can afford it. But it's really tough. Just on that note of you being part of another band that's about to tour, what is that band, firstly?
I don't really know if I'm supposed to say it, but I think it's okay. I'm going to tell you.
This is like a scoop.
Okay. It's Perfume Genius.
Oh,
me
God.
I don't know if Mike and Alan want me to tell people, but they said it was okay, so it's probably okay.
That's amazing.
I
was going to ask if, because you're touring so much on your own as well, if you do have time still to do sessions with other people, and obviously play with other bands. Are you taking on as much work?
The touring schedule's, I think, going to be pretty intense. I mean, fingers crossed with the whole state of the world, but... whenever I'm home, I try to do stuff. I've been producing some stuff at home, too, which has been really fun.
Is that new for you?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Not really, because I co-produced my record, and Bradley, who I did it with, Bradley Cook, was like, dude, you should produce records. And I guess I never really thought of doing it with someone else. But I produced my friend Sari Lightman's record, and she's still working on it back home. But it was really fun, and it's fun to collaborate that way and not have... The stakes are a little different.
Because it's not yours, you mean?
Yeah, totally. But I stay really busy. It's hard for me to do nothing.
Get
in trouble.
And then I guess on another cheery note, the bushfires that we had over this summer.
So sad.
So, horrific. And of course, you know, California's no stranger to bushfires either. And then the fundraising EP that you put out for the Amazon conservation wildfires, the covers. So that's amazing. How did that come about?
I just wanted to help something that was really far outside of me. And, like, I guess when I was thinking, because there's so many organizations and so many people who always need help constantly, so it's hard to pick, sort of get into that choice fatigue zone. Like, who do I help? You know, you can't donate to everyone. And so really I was just like, this is something that feels so foreign to me and like far away. And it's like, you know, the lungs of the earth kind of thing. I had another interview a couple days ago, and Simon, who has a radio station here on Triple R, that's what they said. So, but
he said the lungs of the
Amazon is the lungs of the earth.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Simon has this way with words that just
such a sweetie.
Oh, he's the best.
But yeah, and I just thought like the Amazon is such a magical place, and there's so many creatures and plants, and I don't know. It was weird timing because right after, like I think a couple weeks after that project sort of took its life, or I don't know what I'm saying, came out. But as soon as it came out, then you guys had all the tragedy here, and it was really sad.
Yeah.
But I think it also just helps to bring awareness too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so your music's out on Saddle Creek in the States, and then here with Milk, Beloved Milk Records, which we love. How did that come about?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
But
you can just say I love Milk.
I do love Milk so much. Yeah. I mean, I've been such a fan, and then I think they might have reached out, or maybe it was, I don't remember. So sorry, Tom and everyone there. But I'm
sure it was a good story.
I'm sure it was a great story.
Yeah.
I'll look through my email later.
Because I think the other thing about Milk, I do too. But that's seemingly also a perfect fit, because the community like that is just like a label that is just so much about, you know, the individual and the whole, and doing everything in a really organic, loving, communal way. I feel really fortunate to be a part of that. It's cool to be down here. I mean, I haven't really met that many people from the whole team, just been on the computer, so that's fun. Yeah. Put names to faces.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And then, of course, your amazing promoter, Sophie.
It's the best.
She's the best. So your whole team, you've put together this community. It's just amazing.
I feel like I can't really take all the responsibility. I think it was a joint effort.
Yeah. Well, it's just so fabulous to have you here at Small Time. Are you happy to play a few more songs?
Yeah, I'm going to play 2 new songs.
Okay, great.
Yeah. James let me borrow this acoustic guitar. So.
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James.
So these brand new, not recorded?
Not recorded at all, no. Just on my voice memos.
Does that mean there's a new Hand Habits release on the way?
I mean, maybe. I haven't made any plans to record yet, but I got songs.
Yeah.
So.
And also, just before you play, I know between the first 2 albums, like the first album you self-produced and self-recorded, is that right?
Yeah, most of it,
at home?
I mean, like I would say like 80% of it.
Yeah, and then the second one, the most recent one, Placeholder, in the studio with a producer?
Well, a co-producer, Bradley Cook.
And
then also I worked with Andrew Sarlo a little bit. But yeah, I did all of it in the studio. I think I did like 1 overdub at my house.
Okay. And do you think next time you'll do a similar thing?
Yeah,
studio.
So much easier for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend, an hour trying to figure out what's buzzing and then realize that they're just the microphones I'm not plugged in all the way.
Yeah.
Someone else can do that.
Yeah. Good plan.
Cool. I don't know which one I'm going to play first. Okay, yeah, I think it's called No Difference. I don't really know yet because it's so new.
There's no difference between the two, between losing and finding you. I could never hear her, no matter how loud, screaming. I'll always be the anchor you drag around. Oh, it's too late now. Too many times we tried
messed up.
It's amazing.
That's it.
Beautiful.
I've been playing the song. I haven't been traveling with an acoustic guitar, and I've been playing it in a different key.
Oh,
And
did you just...
I forgot.
and you just played it in a different key.
It's too high.
I love that.
Cool. It's good for the world to see a mistake, you know.
Yeah. Well, it didn't seem like a mistake. If you hadn't have said that it was a mistake, I wouldn't.
Cool.
Yeah, and when you said messed up, you meant that you messed up.
Yeah.
I thought you meant it's messed up.
It's messed up.
Yeah, like it's just messed up. Which
The world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just like, I feel that today.
It is messed up. That's true.
Yeah.
I gotta bring my lyrics out for this one too. I've been doing this thing where I just like kind of tried to do a thing that's not perfect. I think
love
it's good.
that.
I used to be so afraid of it, but
Yeah.
I think it's better.
What changed?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna be 30 soon. It's probably that.
Just aging.
Had a breakthrough in therapy, probably. Yeah, cool. Okay, this is the last one.
What's it called?
It's called Concrete and Feathers. Yeah.
She spends the night with you. Do what she asks of you. Only if you're ready, she says to me. Don't be messy, clean it up. Could it be a timing thing? Or can you see it taking shape? Clean it up. She spends the night alone. You find your own way home. You're so untethered with the landmarks burned in your eyes. Concrete and feathers go wait outside. Could it be a tiny thing? Or is it just a crying shame? Clean it up. Clean it up. You spend the night with her. Go on and tell her. Lay down your pain here. She seems to say, but I'm not ready.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Messed up?
Just messed up in a different way. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Meg Duffy.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, thanks, Emily.
Thanks for coming to Small Time. You can catch Hand Habits tomorrow night at Estonian House as part of Brunswick Music Festival. Do not miss it. You'll hear plenty more. Also, I would love to encourage you to buy Wildly Idle and Placeholder, or support any indie local artists at all that you can. Go out, see some shows that are under 500 cap.
Yeah.
And any final thoughts?
Let's just try to calm down, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. Calm down with Hand Habits. Thanks so much for tuning in.